Right guys, this is my third video of the day. A little while ago I done that one. Is breaching the law, breaking the law. And are they doing impact statements of how their benefit cuts will affect those that are going to be affected? Well, it appears every policy they're making, all their impact assessments, impact statements are useless. They're all half-hearted and worthless. All their policies are now starting to fall apart because they're making a pig's ear and doing the impact statements half-hearted. Have a listen to this.
Has quietly admitted that the government has been failing to publish regulatory impact assessments properly, drawing criticism from Tory MPs who claim Labour's policies are not fit for purpose. These assessments, essential for evaluating policy proposals, have been delayed or rated poorly in quality during Labour's 5 months in government. Baroness Margaret Jones acknowledged the Cabinet Office's intervention, urging departments to ensure these assessments accompany legislation. Critics argue this admission highlights Labour's mishandling of legislative processes.
Well, there you go, guys. Labour's impact statements are basically useless. So, that being said, these benefit cuts they're bringing through on universal credit and PIP, personal independence payment, they're useless. How can they bring these cuts through next year and make these cuts to universal credit and PIP when their impact statements ain't worth the paper they're printed on? So basically they could bring these new benefit cuts through, and the impact statements they've done are useless. They might as well not even bother doing one. So basically they're just trying to rush things through, ballsing it all up, more than likely putting vulnerable people's lives at risk because their impact statements ain't worth the paper they're printed on, because they're completely half-hearted and messed up and not done properly. So there you go, guys. As I said in that video, they might just as well not even done an impact statement, because the ones they're doing are no good. Their policies are falling apart. Their impact statements ain't worth the paper they're written on because they're half-hearted, not done properly, messed up, and look like a load of pig swill. That's how messy their policies are, and that's how messy their impact statements are. It's like somebody's done it with ink and a spider's walked all over it. Or somebody sat on the page. So there you go. Labour can't be trusted. They're making policies that are going to put more pressure on the council and the NHS when their budget's already stretched enough as it is. They're not improving the situation in the UK. They're not improving the quality of people's lives. They're not increasing GDP. They're making things 10 times worse. People that go to work are going to be worse off. The sick and disabled are going to be worse off. Councils are going to be worse off because of the budget cuts and because of taxes and because of benefit cuts. The NHS is going to be worse off because of benefit cuts. And the NHS not getting the cash injection it needs. But yet, because of benefit cuts, it's going to cost the NHS more because of the sick and disabled people and the elderly are going to keep ending up in A&E. The council is going to be worse off because they're not getting the money that they need from the government, and because of the benefit cuts, the council is going to have to do more and spend more money because they are obligated by law, the Equality Act and Article 2, to take care of the sick and disabled that are under adult social care. It's their job to protect their welfare, their life, and safeguard them. But adult social care, which is part of the council, doesn't have the resources and the funds to do that. Now, the government's so-called impact statements are no good. They screwed it all up. They haven't done it properly. So can't anybody know the effect that their policies will be having on whatever sector policy is? Like what they've done with the NHS. Did they do an impact statement to see how the policy they've done on the NHS will affect the NHS? Well, they've done one, but it was no good. It was messed up, half-hearted, and a load of pig's will. It's the same with the impact statement they needed to do for the benefit cuts to see how the benefit cuts will affect the vulnerable people, the elderly, or the disabled people. Yet again, that impact statement was completely screwed up, pig's ear, pig's will, no good, not worth the paper it was written on. So the government's policies are all falling apart. So watch this space, guys, and see if we end up in court again with the government, like Angela Rayner has done a few times. Like King Charles should have told him to stand down anyway and asked for a snap election, especially when Angela Rayner burst into Buckingham Palace where King Charles was and demanded that he backed her housing policy, but got thrown out of Buckingham Palace for her efforts. If they can bully the king, what the hell are they going to do to the sick and disabled and the elderly in our society if they can treat King Charles like that? Let's see what happens, guys. I can't see Labour lasting much longer. Mentally Conservative picked on the vulnerable disabled, but they sure as hell didn't go to the levels that Keir Starmer's doing and the Labour Party. So many Labour MPs are standing down because of what they're doing to the vulnerable and the elderly in this country. So there you go. Catch you later, guys.